we are back with some more TA2v2 Pinky in the Brain Cup 2024 action. Again, this is from a long time ago. As you can see, the tournament says 2024 in the title, and it is now almost February of 2026. But just a quick reminder, the tournament didn't get to finish, unfortunately. Stuff happened. I'm not going to talk about it. But we're going to go ahead and cover the Pinky in the Brain matches of the tournament, which, of course, is myself and Tristan. We already covered Game 1 of Pinky in the Brain vs. TableService on Flappy Slappy. Today, we will be watching Game 2 on Sim Blue Corners. And if you haven't seen this map before, it is all sea, which a couple little islands, which you might be able to get like one lab on. But it's primarily all sea with the traditional and corner style metal patches in the corners. This map can snowball very quickly if you get on top of somebody early. So, you know, obviously I'm more known for metal maps and specifically corners. So I'm excited for the map in general. And it's been so long since I played this, I really have no idea what happened. So it's almost going to be like I'm, casting something that I've never seen before. But, we'll see what happens. All right. So, are you ready for some blue corners action? Here we go. And we're off. Game 2 on Sim Blue Corners. Like I said, this is basically just corners in the sea. All of this is metal. And you start in the traditional corners positions. There are a few different ways you can open on this map. With the title being plus 25, you don't really have to worry about energy that much. So you can pretty much drop a lab pretty quickly. But if you are able to, you can build up some resources and then be able to put out more units eventually. So it just depends on if you want to do some early aggression or not. Me going 2 titles and 2 mechs, I'm looking to put out some searchers early. Looks like Tristan is doing similar. Serve unfortunately got out of his little box here, so he's walking around. Ave got an early lab, but he's going con first. There may be an opportunity for me to take advantage of that. We will see. Tristan is going straight into con. I can't remember if that was planned. If I said that I was going aggression, so he should try to tech first. Serve still doesn't have a lab. Okay, I'm on my way up. Now with how fast skeets and searchers travel, they can get to your opponent pretty quickly, especially in a 2v2 when you're directly across. So this should be helpful for me. Though Agave does have the defender's advantage, so I'm not really going to be able to get any damage done with just that. Okay. Serve just now getting his lab down. Tristan not feeling any pressure at all, not in any concern. And I am just now getting out my cons. Looks like I'm going to try to come over here now and get some damage done. What'll end up happening on blue corners, or any type of C corners map is that you will go from being very low on metal to accessing pretty quick. And a lot of times your bottleneck will end up being energy. So often it's good to try to attack the titles if you can. Which you can see is exactly what I'm trying to do right now. Get it? Oh, didn't even get the sonar. Okay. With how the metal patches are set up, when something dies in the metal, they don't leave a wreck. So, you know, I gave him some metal here, but these ones, they didn't leave a wreck, so he didn't get to reclaim that. So Agave has 2 cons out. I have 2 cons out. Tristan, 3, 4. And no cons for CptnSpreadSheet, and he's already building a second lab. Right. Quite slow at the moment. As you can see, the islands here are pretty small. I think if you reclaim the trees, actually, let's just test it out. Putting out sonar. Yep. Whose drawing is that? I can't tell if that's yellow or Anne. I guess it's yellow. Tristan's con was found. Just one skeet though, or one searcher, so it's not really going to do much. Here comes Agave. Now both, or all, I shouldn't say both, all of my searchers came over here just for one searcher. So this is going to leave a nice opening for Agave to probably kill a few cons. Yep, that one got trapped right there. I bet he can get a few more. And it's unfortunate that with this lab, I was already building a con. Some searchers would have been nice. But yeah, this one's likely going to go down. This one probably as well. Maybe not. Oh, that one didn't even die. Okay. This one will though. No? No way. Alright. Not too bad. You can see that Tristan just shared me some energy. Good team play by him. CptnSpreadSheet, not too much going on. He's still getting established. He's stalling on metal right now. Agave looking pretty decent. One big thing to consider is when do you transition into T2 or C? Because it is a pretty hefty commitment. Takes up a lot of resources, and a lot of times if you do it too early, you can just get completely overrun with skeets and searchers. So that'll be something interesting to look out for. I've won a lot of games on this map just purely off of T1, just completely overrunning them with searchers and enforcers. It's a good bit of metal available to Agave though. And you'll start to see what I was talking about when you have so many cons dedicated to making metal. You're going to hit a point where it starts to climb up a little bit quicker than you can spin. I think it's probably because of maybe the build time of the cons. Oh my goodness, you can see he's going all cons with just that to defend himself. Holy moly. This could be, if they apply pressure over here, that could be disastrous. And he's already going T2. Holy cats. Alright, looks like I'm starting to probe around in the middle. Do they have any sonar coverage here? No, so they have no idea where I am. Agave's starting his T2 now. You see I'm still sticking to T1. Alright, getting back here to take out this energy would be delightful for me. And still just 2 labs over here. Okay, so he's not pulling his full force back. He's going to try to rely off of what his labs can produce here. Now he is. So, yep, it's a perfect example of me knowing that I am pulling his force back, and then I can push up here, and maybe I can start getting some of this reclaim as well. Let's see if I pull a con up there. Should. Maybe not. Right. I took out a couple cons, a few titles. Nothing crazy, but I mean, you can see here it's allowing me to progress up a little bit. I'm not sure why I'm backing off. Maybe, oh yeah, it's because Serve's moving in here and Tristan doesn't have that much to defend. I mean, look at all these cons. Tristan will be okay though. He doesn't have that big of a force right now, but his base is right there. He can reinforce himself pretty quickly. Looks like I will send some over to help. Alright, how's Agave doing? Is he... he needs to start building some more energy. Yeah, you can see his energy bar is getting pretty low. Serve getting these searchers down here, you know, was pretty good by him, but overall not getting much done. Starting to put out more labs. You can see here that I was excessing metal a little bit. Starting up more labs. I should probably get to a point where now I'm only putting out cons on at least this lab. Alright. You see the first enforcer up here. I've got a sub. In situations like this where it's searcher versus searcher, this one sub can end up racking up a lot of kills, especially if it's not noticed. He's going for his underwater T2. I'm still pumping out T1 stuff. I've got enforcers coming up as well. Alright, yeah, let's check out this sub. Yeah, 5 kills already, not bad. Tristan... oh, that's me. I'm moving up over here. Okay. Tristan's just kind of chilling. Going ahead and getting a warlord and an executioner up. Alright, as of right now, it's looking pretty dire for Team TableService. We're going to need to... Oh, and Agave's stalling on energy pretty hard. Yeah, you can see CptnSpreadSheet just set his shear a little lower to try to help him out. But if... It'll be tough, but if Agave can survive long enough to get a couple warlords out, that could help him stabilize from all of these searchers. And Tristan is methodically just moving up a little bit. Looks like I'm gonna have a counterattack coming at me, possibly. Although it should be seen. Yep, you can see the insane sonar coverage here. But we can see all that coming down. And I am now on top of Agave. Yeah, he needs something that can do more than just provide energy at this point. That sub will help. Yeah, that sub's gonna get some kills. 6. Is that mine? How many does it have now? 10? Nice. Alright. And Tristan has decided to move in on CptnSpreadSheet, this warlord here. That's going to... If it gets set up right here, it can pound all of that. Yeah, this game is very close to being done. Even CptnSpreadSheet's army is over here, so he's not able to defend his own base very well. That HLT's doing some work though. 6 kills already. But as soon as the warlord and the executioner... yeah, it's almost dead already. Alright, Serve pulling his forces back. Now, what will help Agave is all of this metal available to him. But you can see that I am ready to move in again, especially after Serve brings his force back. Look at that. That's peak efficiency right there. Got his cons trapped in with the titles. Oh yeah. And remember, this is patch ProTA 4.7, so they don't have the ability to have the cons stay still. So as soon as they're done guarding a lab, they could come around here. And that is really annoying because they'll block up the lab. And this is close to GG. Like we were effectively there already, but looks like this is about to be an official GG. If I can get these over here to get some line of sight. Nice. And he's going seaplanes as well. Let's do a check of the resources. 72, 79, 80, 82. Yeah, so Agave doing well with the amount of metal. getting these up helped a lot, plus the all of the metal that was donated to him. Up, and Agave calls it. He GG's out. Can serve last. I don't think so. Valiant effort though, putting up these torp launchers, the HLTs. Trying to block that side off. A little too late for that. Get all of this just heading over here. Alright, so we need to pull out the searchers, get in stuff that can attack underwater. Executioner, enforcers, yep. Here we go. Pulling out that stuff. Maybe get some depth charge planes going. Don't think we'll... yeah, probably be dead before that though. Yeah, get these out of here. Don't block the shots. Now it's just a waiting game. Do. We got the GG, and that's it. Okay. Oh, starting to build up here. Cheeky. Are we gonna get a score screen this time? Looks like it. Maybe? Hot dog. Okay. So again, not one of the most entertaining matches, but you can see some intricacies at play there as far as when do you do your initial attack, how do you prioritize T1 to T2 transition, are you able to get on top of your opponent's energy and shut them down to bottleneck their resources. For a seemingly simple map, there are a lot of different things that you need to keep in mind, which can hinder a lot of people at times because you can get so focused on like, okay, I'm going to make, 2 cons and then go into skeets. Well, if your opponent just goes, all cons and you don't apply pressure, eventually they're just going to overwhelm you with the sheer amount of resources that they were able to put out. It's like that for most maps in general, but it's amplified even more on these corners style maps. And yeah, you just got to keep that in mind when you're playing. But that is it for game 2. Team Pinky and the Brain are up 2-0 now. So game 3 will be coming up shortly. And yeah, see you back for that. Take care. Bye.